So this is the battery test of the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic in 2024. How good it is overall, and can you survive a day with it even? And that too on LTE. But before that, let's do the charging test. And to give you a perspective, I'm putting it against the Galaxy Watch 4. As you can see, I'm going to charge them so that you will know that how much faster it is compared to the Galaxy Watch 4, which had only 5 watts of charging. And this one though is 10 watts maximum charging. So it charges really quick though, spoiler alert. Though they both started at 10:44 p.m. with 3% in the tank while charging, even though I have to manually turn them on, but at 11:11, it's actually 40% inside the Watch 6 Classic, whereas the Watch 4 Classic only got 19%. But the craziest part is that it reaches to 70% in only 39 minutes. That too in a normal standard room with about 30 degrees centigrade temperature. And at that point, the Watch 4 actually did only 32%. That's really bad. And at exact 1 hour mark, it is at 95% versus 53% on the Galaxy Watch 4. And at 12:01, it's at 100%, whereas the Galaxy Watch 4 is still at 66%. And that's what you should know, because the charging improvement alone will make the life more easier, even if the battery life isn't that great compared to the Galaxy Watch 4. But is it? Let me share my experience with it. Being a watch, having a tiny battery, in this case it's only 300 mAh battery, you are not expecting like a multi-day battery with everything on. So there are very much different kind of scenarios for different people, because some people really need that always-on display, but some people don't really care about it. So I've tested out in different scenarios, and here are a few examples. So in one scenario, I charged the watch to 100% at 12:51 p.m. But at 11 p.m., it's at 10%. Then again, there is no point in testing further because it will not last that long. But what I did in this whole time is that it was on pure LTE, so it was not connected to the phone. It actually detected 40 minutes of walking in total and 42 minutes of call on pure LTE. And the mobile data was turned off, and it was using a facial watch face. And then it also did a sleep tracking of 2 hours in this time. And if you don't know, in the whole test, I have kept the brightness in adaptive mode, which works the best, and always-on display was on in this test. So this gives you roughly a good idea about how long it can last, which in this case is somewhere close to 11 hours. In the next scenario, I charged the watch at 7:10 a.m. it was at 100%, and at 2:38 p.m. it died. Now you might be thinking how you did that. Well, it was actually because of the mobile data, and I have turned on almost all the notifications on my phone, so it was getting all the notifications from the phone. And in this case, again, it was on pure LTE, the same facial watch face, and it detected few walkings and a little bit of navigation for like 5 or 4 minutes, and same goes for the YouTube music, 5 minutes. The brightness was again adaptive mode, and there was no always-on display, by the way. So literally in 7 hours, it almost died. Now in another scenario, it actually did way better. But this time though, I didn't try to kill the watch, but rather I did a normal testing. I charged it at 100% at 7:10 a.m., just like the last scenario. But at 11:10 p.m., it was at 37%. Again, facial watch face, mobile data was on, auto LTE, but this time it was on power saving mode and very normal usage, and few calls that I took, like maybe 3 or 4 minutes worth of calls, and it was connected to the smartphone. So it wasn't always on the LTE, or neither the mobile data was always working. The next scenario, I charged the watch to 100% at 7:13 a.m. About 6 p.m., it is almost at 10%. In this case, it was again third-party watch face, the facial one. Mobile data was off, but it was on pure LTE. And I did take 2 calls for the 4 minutes in total. Power saving mode was on, and it was disconnected from the smartphone. It detected few walking distance and the adaptive brightness, and it was at that time in battery learning phase. So it was roughly around 12 hours, roughly. Now, 2 more things to note. The Galaxy Watch 6 Classic drains about 9% overnight with the phone connected because of all the notifications it gets in this time period, but without sleep tracking. So I wasn't wearing this one. But if I do wear it without the phone connected, then it does the sleep tracking, but in the 7 hours time period, just like the last one, it cost only 7% of the battery. And I've seen that with all these things that if the phone is connected and if it's not getting that much notifications, then surely with always on display turned off and battery saver turned on, this can last a very good like 1.5 days to almost 2 days. So overall, the battery life seems really fair, but it is nowhere as good as the Watch Ultra can give you or the Watch 5 Pro can give you. But it is not as bad as the Galaxy Watch 4 models. So it's somewhere in between. Because I have to turn off few things here and there, like always on display is not something that I use as much, so I can turn it off. And I love having it on pure LTE that it is connected to my smartphone because that gets a lot of notifications and drains the battery. So rather, I wouldn't want to have it. Because on pure LTE, it still lasts quite a long time and it does the job fantastically fine. And if I put it on charging though, it charges real quick. So because of that reason alone, this upgrade from the Galaxy Watch 4 to this one or Galaxy Watch 4 Classic to this one is well worth it. So yeah, that's totally it. Let me know about your thoughts in the comment section below. What's your experiences are with the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic as of yet? Or if you have been using for a year or so, then what's your experiences are with this watch? And yes, if you feel like you need some really cool wallpapers for your devices, whether it's a tablet or a smartphone or even a laptop, well, I have some crazy cool 8K wallpapers, stunning designs, and amazing colors. Visit my website, joindavid.com, link down below. And until the next one, bye and take care.